Okay, Home Goods has added a new witch here.
That's cool.
She's $400, but she's very, very tall. And they've also added like a whole, Kevin, that is so loud.
It was very loud.
They've added like a whole new counter up front that they didn't have. A what?
Shelving unit.
A shelving unit up front. Yeah, they didn't have this here before. I'm assuming this is because they've gotten so much Christmas stuff in. Oh, look at him. I don't know. He's a skeleton.
Yeah.
He's pretty cool.
See the hair from the witch?
Yes. So this will be, I guess, the last week that they're trying to push this stuff out. And that's, I'm sure, why they've moved all this up front. Because everything else will probably be Christmas from here on out. Oh yeah, I'm surprised this stuff isn't on sale, honestly. They've made like a whole new, those are so pretty. Yeah. Yeah, they have a whole new section here of Christmas stuff, and that's, look at the trees. They usually don't have all these Christmas trees, full-size Christmas trees. You saw we were just in Home Goods, and I want to know if anyone else has ever been faced with this situation. Kevin and I got to an aisle, and they had Staffordshire plates. They were beautiful, and they were for the holiday season. They had some that really were like specifically Christmas, but then others with like a deer head on them that were just winter looking. And there was a woman there, and she was on the phone with her daughter, and her daughter was telling her like just to buy like 12 yeah, of these plates. And so
plates, bowls, and saucers. So
even though I wanted some, I had heard her say she wanted some, and there were only a certain amount of them. So then I felt bad about grabbing any of them, so I didn't, and I walked on. And then when I went back, I told Kevin, I said, I'll go back, because I felt bad, because I thought, this woman's wanting 12 of each of these. If I go in there and start picking up a couple, she's not going to be able to get 12. I knew she wouldn't be able to get 12 because there wasn't enough.
And you wouldn't have got enough either.
And I wouldn't have gotten enough for a whole plate. No, because honestly, I need to buy 12. If I buy like a whole set of Christmas plates, I need to buy 12. I need to buy 12, at least 12 dinner plates. And then if I wanted to buy like dessert plates, I could. Because of course, if you buy dessert plates, you never have to buy paper plates again. I mean, you would have no need for paper plates, because right now I buy paper plates for desserts, because then you can just wash them. But I would at least like 12 big plates, and there was no way that there was going to be enough. So I went on. But then I told Kevin, I said, I'm going to wait a little while and I'll go back over there. And so before we left Home Goods, I went back over there, and she was gone finally, because I had checked back several times, and she was gone. But she had bought all of the pattern that I liked. So there was like a scene with a deer head. There was a scene with a Christmas chimney, which was okay.
It was a fireplace.
It was a fireplace. That's what it was. I'm sorry. It was a fireplace. And then there was one with a house, like
in the woods.
That was the best one, and that's the one she bought all of. So there, she had bought every single one of the big plates. She said that was going to be her daughter's Christmas present.
Yeah, because it probably cost a fortune.
They're $5 a plate.
Yeah, so there's $50-$60 just plates.
Oh yeah, well, but I mean, it's something that once you buy them, you're gonna have them forever. My mom actually had a set of Christmas dishes when she died, and I could have kept them. I could have absolutely kept them, but they weren't my style at all. They had a picture of a Christmas tree, and they were green, weren't they? Yeah. And they just weren't, but I mean, they had colorful ornaments on them. They weren't my style at all. They weren't vintage looking. They looked more like a pottery type,
craftsy.
Like craftsy, yeah, like arts and craftsy, more than they looked vintage. And I would want more of a vintage look. And so I basically had to beg my sister. I said, please take these. You need to take these. I don't want these. Take these. So I gave them to my sister. Now, whether she still has them or not, I don't know. She might have sold those. She could have easily sold them in a yard sale, because I don't know that they're home a lot for Christmas dinner. But I just wondered if anybody else had been in that situation before, where you go in a store and you want something, but then you see somebody else is there and they're wanting it too. So you're either that person who is gonna grab it
and fight for it,
or you're just gonna let it go.
Like on Black Friday, you're fighting over $2 off. Whatever.
Yeah, and see, to me, I'm not that person. I'd rather pay the $2 more than go out on Black Friday. It's not worth saving $2 for me. And I think it's hilarious that I've watched people on YouTube who make it their mission to go out on Black Friday and fight over this stuff.
And some of you might do that too.
And some of you might do that too, but yet they're buying Starbucks all the time. And it's like, okay, you're buying a $7 drink, but yet you're worried about saving $2 on a pair of socks. It just does not make any sense to me. But I think some people just like, it's just the hunt, and it's just the fun of it. But we left that Home Goods, and now we're on our way to the other Home Goods. There's another Home Goods on the other side of town, and
it's small.
It is smaller. They don't get as much stuff, but we haven't been here in a while. We don't go here very often at all.
It's literally on the other side of the town that we go to after coming from our town.
Yeah. There is another Home Goods that Kevin hasn't been to, and no, I'm not saying I want to go there today. I'm just saying there is another one, and it's really nice. It is in Richmond, and Ashley and I have been there, and actually it has like it's either, I think it's a Marshall's that's next to that Home Goods as well. But honestly, when you go to Richmond, at least the time that we were there, the Marshall's was nicer. The Marshall's was nicer than the Home Goods. Now, normally in Lexington, Home Goods is nicer than Marshall's, but it's not the case in Richmond, or it wasn't that time that we went. Marshall's, it was just set up a lot better. Sometimes just the whole shopping experience, if it's nice and neat and orderly, and if they're well stocked, it can make it seem like it can be a whole different experience. So it might not be that way all the time, but it was then. So anyway, we're going to check out the other Home Goods. They might not have any of those dishes at all. Yeah, we'll just have to see. Kevin and I went to Joella's Hot Chicken again. We've had this like 3 weeks in a row or something like that. But today we got the lunch special. So we each got 2 pieces of chicken, and this is just the regular barbecue sauce. I really like it. Did you get regular barbecue sauce too? And we got French fries and a drink, and that is their lunch special. We're back in World Market, and I want to show you this because it's so cool. They have a Keogh's advent calendar. Irish potato crisp. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen where I posted a picture. And then they have 12 days of noodles, which I think is really cool too. Yeah, this advent calendar is $40 here. The exact same advent calendar is $26 at Tuesday morning. So if you can get it at Tuesday morning, get it there.
Did you see Joe and Steph's popcorn? Tipsy popcorn.
Yes, we had that last year. And they have all kinds of gingerbread houses. The Barbie house, Kevin and I put together last year. They've gotten almost all their stuff out though. I mean, all their Christmas food, stroop waffles, stuff like that. They've gotten all this stuff out. They have a whole Bob Ross section over there. Ooh, gingerbread traditional Italian cake. Oh, and then they have a pear and chocolate traditional cake. Those look good. Look, a yard of tea. That whole thing is tea. So see this whole Bob Ross section, Mr. Rogers, all kinds of stuff. I think I showed all this stuff last time. Ooh, I'll definitely be getting these. And look at these little wooden houses. So sometimes you can find these at Home Goods. They have them at Home Goods right now. And I think this is cute too. This is like a little advent, like a advent calendar countdown. We are at home, and the reason we're coming back in here is because, I want to look at the nutcrackers. Last year they had a bunch of FAO Schwartz stuff, and I wanted to see what they were going to have this year. I love these nutcrackers. Love them. And I bought them one year and had them in a haul, and I brought them back because they're plastic, and we were afraid that being outside that they would or that they would crack. So, but these are pretty cool too. I love that. These 3 wise men are really cool, but that's $40. These are really neat looking. Ooh, I love that. Wonder how much that is. That is really neat looking. I haven't seen anything like that, and that's an actual clock. That is $29. That's really nice looking there. That's also nice looking. That looks like something you'd see in a church. We have one of those. Yes, we have one of those. That's FAO Schwartz. We bought one last year, and so now I'm noticing they have the bear again. They have some of this, and we bought one of those last year. They have a rocket and a present. Okay, so this is their section this year. Oh, plus they have all these. I didn't realize that this is the FAO Schwartz section. And then they have these as well. This is cool. Those are very lightweight though. They had another aisle of some FAO Schwartz stuff, but it was more stuff of like what I bought last year. But now they have filled these aisles up since we were last here. I think they've gotten everything they're going to get. And they have all kinds of stuff. So this is where some of the retro stuff was. I wanted to see if they put out anything new. These are kind of cute. Cotton candy. They have these. These aren't really retro, what I would call retro things. Oh yeah, could you hang it on your tree, you think?
It's too big.
Oh, it says elfin around decor. I don't know where you're supposed to put it. Here's the retro stuff. Okay, so like these girls right here. Oh, I love her. I love those. Those are so cool. They're expensive though. I wish they weren't so expensive, because I really do like them. But if you wanted to buy one of each of those, you're gonna spend $40. I just think that's expensive. Look at the little Santas and their puffy coats. Oh, that's cute. They look like yeah, they do. Look at that little. Yeah, that's a little bitty skinny tree, and then look at this one's upside down. Yeah, a little skinny tree. These are these elves that my sister likes. She would love these because that is so different. And look at his mouth and everything. Yeah, she would absolutely love those. We got one of these for Amelia last year because I saw her. That was in the toy box, I'm pretty sure. Which is fine, because I mean, that's why we bought it for her. Kevin is going to start a new Middle Earth. This is from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. It's Buckbeak, and it was sent to him from Alicia. So I always like to take a look on the back and see how hard it is. It's down here, and this one does not look like it's going to be very hard. So it shouldn't, going by this, take very long. So I will show it to you as soon as Kevin finishes with it. So this is the completed Buckbeak, and it just took Kevin a couple of hours to put it together. And it looks like, honestly, it looks like a drawing, like a pencil. Yes, like a pencil drawing is what it looks completely different than the other Metal Earth kits. Did you think it was hard?
There's a couple of little places that are fiddly, but not hard. It's just getting those curves right.
We are at Walmart, and they have some new wrapping paper this year. They have the Office wrapping paper, which Ashley would appreciate that. And I know, and I might get a thing of it because she would really like that. And we bought her something for Christmas that is the Office themed. Then they also have Five Nights at Freddy's, which is a video game. And then they also have Friends. So if you want to wrap with Friends wrapping paper, they have that too. They have gotten more ornaments out. So cute. Oh my gosh. Look at that, Kevin. It's a dog.
I thought it was a pig.
It's a dog with earphones and a necklace. Is that not cute? Oh, look at these trees. Nostalgic Christmas trees. They do have some more ornaments out though than what they had a few days ago. Really cute. I love the little pig. I probably said that before. Oh, and a hippopotamus. What is that? I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Today, Kevin and I have another box from Maria. Maria lives in Berlin, Germany, and she let me know that this is going to be the last box she sends before Christmas. And I don't blame her a bit because she has sent us so very, very much. That it's just been absolutely wonderful. So I will tell you what she told me. She said that she's sending us. But is her address on there?
On the inside.
I can't read it. I am an advent calendar. Start at package number 1 and open every day one more until the holy night. Till the holy night is there. It's very hard to read when the box is sideways. I literally could hardly see it. It's weird. The number 1 looks like
Looks like an upside down check.
Yeah, or a V, an upside down V. That's what it looks like. So this is so cool.
I'm just gonna show
So
you.
I'm gonna tell you though. Maria told me. She said, "You do it any way you want it." She said, "You can open them all."
Those are cute.
She said, "You can open them all at one time." She said, "You can open one a day." She said, "You do not have to wait till Christmas. If you can open them whenever you want to open them."
They're like little wooden,
oh my
they're wooden
gosh,
numbers.
look at this, wooden numbers. Yeah, so there's 5.
There's 1.
Here's
It did start
4, and it has a candy cane. Oh my gosh! And she has. Look at this. I love this. It has candy all over. This, start here.
There's all kinds of. I don't know if you want to take them all out or not.
Oh yeah, I'll take it because we have to take them all out anyway. But she has oh my goodness, she has literally wrapped these. And what is this?
Got a packing material.
It's like a wig or something like. Isn't that nice?
Might be when you get down in there.
Oh my goodness.
That's 8.
So there are 24 of these. Oh my goodness. So how do you think we'll do this?
That's up to you.
Gosh, because, well, I'm thinking that because the thing about opening so many things in one video is in the title, you don't have room. You only have so much room on YouTube to title something. So if you're wondering, why doesn't she put the whole name of something, or why does it only have a partial whatever? It's because they only give you so much room for a title. So I'm wondering, would I just call this like, I don't know. I'm thinking, should we open each one of them up and then me divide them up like I always do? But the whole fun of it is to open all of them at one time or one a day. So I'm so conflicted. I don't know how it's going to be. I truly don't know how it's going to be. But Maria, thank you so much. There's a lot more in this box. And I just don't want to take them all out because I don't want to mess anything up until we do decide how we're going to do it. So thank you very, very much. Today is Monday, and so the vlog came out today. And so I said at the very end of the vlog today that I was very, very shocked because every year since I've known about trick or treat, they've done trick or treat from 6 to 8. They've done it for 2 hours. It's on a particular day. Sometimes it's not on Halloween. This year it's on a Sunday, and they're doing it on Halloween. I think for the past few years they've done it on Halloween. So this year I was surprised they're doing it from 5 to 8. They're doing it for 3 hours. Now, what Kevin doesn't know, and what has surprised me from your all's comments, is that apparently most states are not like ours, and you just go whenever you want to go.
On the day?
Yeah.
Like on Halloween day?
Yeah, it's like, who does that? Well,
but how do you plan that?
That's what I'm thinking. And somebody asked me, they're like, let me see, do I still have it up here? How come you guys have a trick-or-treating time limit? Here in California, you can go whenever you want. Usually younger kids go early from 5 to 7, and older kids go later after 8, but there's no set time limit. Well, first of all, I don't want people ringing my doorbell at 10 o'clock at night.
No,
so
or 6 o'clock at night for that matter.
So there needs to be a time. There needs to be a time limit. I mean,
I'm thinking it's the benefit of the person giving the candy because they know exactly when to be out there and ready.
And it's to benefit.
beneficial for the person getting the candy because you know exactly when people are going to be giving it out.
Yes, exactly. And
so if it hits any time, so you could get somebody at that.
You could come at
12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, exactly. You could go knocking at on somebody's door at noon.
Yeah, and if they're all at work, then you're not going to get much.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
That doesn't make sense to me.
That is crazy to me. And then Jason lives in Maryland, and Jason basically was saying the same thing. He's like, I didn't know that we don't have a set time, and it's like, how can you not have a set time? To me, that seems like. I'm a very structured, organized person.
It just seems like it's inefficient.
Yes, it seems very inefficient. Yes, we're efficient people. So we want to go when the people are going to be home.
If I was in a place that didn't have times, if I moved and went someplace that didn't have times, I would still give trick or treat candy out at a certain time.
Yes, because it's like.
And at the other times, we leave our light on, let you know, hey, we're giving candy out.
That's another thing.
That's another question. What do you do to let people know that you're giving candy out?
Exactly. I did not mention that during the vlog. So we leave the porch light on when we have candy, and then once the porch light is off and you don't see us outside anymore, that means we're out of candy. Yeah. So if the porch light don't come ring the doorbell or knock on the door if the light's off, because we're out of candy.
We have neighbors that never give out candy at all, and they just leave the lights off.
But
I know not to go.
I knew you would think that was interesting.
That is interesting.
That is a good way to put it. That it is a very inefficient, because I know to be at home from 6 to 8, or this year from 5 to 8. I know that I need to be home in that time. If you didn't give me a time, then I might not be at home at all. And you're going to miss candy. Kids are going to miss candy. So that just doesn't seem efficient to me. So now you'll have to tell us, do you all turn on the porch light?
How do they know?
Yeah, how do you signify that you have candy? We have 3 boxes to open. These are from Matthew. Matthew reached out to Kevin, contacted Kevin, and I'm saying it like that because normally people contact me, but that's
usually
fine.
You don't want to contact me.
But that's okay. And he said that there were 3 boxes coming from Walmart to the P.O. box. And so I'm glad that you told Kevin that they were coming, because none of these have your name on them, in them, or anything. So we would have never known who these were from.
And I could track them too, because you sent the tracking information.
Yes. So this first one is open, so I know what's in here. This is Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, and then we have a honey barbecue sauce.
I wonder if I
Oh, cool. Okay. This is.
What did it say? Sealed what?
Sealed to prevent leaking. Oh. Well, they did not do that with these. This is the Sweet Vidalia Onion Barbecue Sauce. So that's cool. The only bad thing about them putting that on there is it ripped the label. So the label, it's not going to be, it won't be pretty, the picture. And I don't know, let's see. No. I can't get the ingredients, calories, anything. Most of the time people don't care about that, but since I do videos, it's always nice to have that at the end of the video. So just know I won't have that for the Sweet Vidalia Onion. But that's cool. We will definitely review all 3 of these. We always review them with chicken. Just because that's the way we like to try them. We like the Tyson crispy chicken for stuff like that. So do you want to open that one?
There's things in there that would go with these.
Oh, okay.
I like this.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Maxwell's. This reminds me of, this is the same kind of container that the International Delights came in, and I haven't had those in years. This is the Maxwell House Cafe Vienna. This one is Swiss Mocha. See?
It says just spoon, stir, and enjoy, so it's like an instant.
Yeah, this Swiss Mocha is what the International Delight, that's what we used to buy, was the Swiss Mocha. That's what my mom always bought. And then this is the Cafe, it's not Francis.
Francis?
Cafe, I don't know what that
Francis.
is. I'll have to figure out how to pronounce that.
Francis.
We definitely have not reviewed those, so that'll be fun.
No.
We have, this is the Wick Fowler's Texas Style False Alarm Mild Chili Kit. So you get 5 individual packets, and it says you'll need ground beef, tomato sauce, water, and salt. Salt is optional. Okay, so that's to make chili. Then we have the Javalia Frothy Caramel Macchiato, and that is frothy vanilla latte.
It looks like it's a Keurig in a little pouch or something.
I don't think we've ever tried anything from Javalia before, have we?
I think because it has calories, we've never bought these.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that, oh wow.
It's that packet.
100 calories.
It's the packet you add to it.
And then we have the Barilla Tortellini 3 cheese. No preservatives, family dinner, serves 4 to 6. Wonder what you need for this.
Does it have cheese in it already?
I don't know. It says, our 3 cheese tortellini is made with sheets of delicate egg pasta that are folded around a rich combination of Emmentaler, ricotta, and Grana Padano PDO cheese and pinched into a distinctive ring shape. Try serving our 3 cheese tortellini in a simple soup broth or pair with a heavy bolognese sauce. Well, we'll probably just try it the way it comes. Thank you very much for all these. These are definitely things we have never reviewed for the channel. We have tried Sweet Baby Ray's.
It was the sugar-free one, I think.
Yeah.
I think we compared it to another sugar-free
Yes, we did that one for the channel, but we haven't tried these. And so these will be a lot of fun to try. So thank you very much. If you're wondering if we still like Motor City Pizza, we do. This is the 5 cheese bread. Last time we were at Meijer, they were like wiped out of Motor Cities completely. And then we were in there more recently and they had stocked back up again. And they actually had like the 4 cheese. But I knew we had this one in the freezer. And so I didn't get one. But I tell you what, they're nice to have in the freezer whenever you want to have one, and they're just easy. And you cook them in the pan, and that's that. But this is our favorite brand of pizza, frozen pizza. Okay, remember how I was talking about the trunk or treat kits? This is a Spider-Man kit, and this is a Space Jam kit. They have Batman. And they have Disney Princess. Yeah, these are $16 a piece. But I wanted to show you, this is an easy way to do a trunk or treat without having to buy all of your own stuff.